Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. What a day, another all-time high, fantastic, set new all-time records again. It's becoming quite a thing, isn't it? It's becoming like every day we do the same thing. What's going on? So there you go. Remember, for those who follow me every day, who want to know what's going on and how I'm growing my portfolio, today is payday, so I brought my money in from YouTube to reduce my margin. So you can see my balance has gone up by now reducing my margin. So you can see how it works, and you can see exactly how much I earned, exactly how much I brought in. I did it live on the extra channel earlier on, and as you can see, record numbers, record highs, and that's because YouTube are now receiving more money from Google because the CPM is higher, the cost per thousand, because businesses are spending more on advertising. So we all make more money. YouTube makes more money, Google makes more money, and then of course the end user, the creator, makes more money. So that tells you the health of the businesses, the enterprises. So as you can see, portfolio is up again today, 119,476. We are very, very close. I told you we could probably touch 120,000, didn't I? I made that prediction a couple of days ago, and there we are. It's now just touching $120,000. Robbie Cooper just became a member. Hi, Martin. I'm really liking Intel. We're going to cover Intel in a moment. Look at it. You're thinking it's going to swing back up to $30. Be careful, though. It's a failing business. It has a huge amount of debt. But there's a lot of talk about it. We'll cover that all in a few moments, and we'll go through it all. So welcome, everybody. Intel is an interesting company, says Manning Capital. So there you go. Lovely. Robbie Cooper, wasn't you already a member? Have you celebrated? Have you celebrated your 1 year? I'm not sure what exactly that is. Have you No, you haven't upgraded to silver, have you? Robbie, thank you very much for being a silver member of our channel. Are you celebrating your 1 year? Is that your free super chat that advertises your year? Is that what that was? Anyway, I tell you what, we're very quiet this afternoon, aren't we? Oh, hang on. Everyone's in the extra channel. That's weird. That's weird. I've actually got just 5 less in the extra channel than I do here on the main channel. That's really, really weird. That's never happened before. Anyway, there you go. Maybe it's a new trend. Getting ready for next week. Robbie Cooper, good to see you. Intel is interesting company. Come story, maybe. Not sure what you mean by that. Definitely opening a position in Google, holding for 40 years. Great company, just started paying a dividend. I believe it's just the beginning. Yes, it will be the beginning. I agree with you. They'll want to maintain their investors, maintain the value. Hi, Martin. I'm already a member. Yes, 1 year. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You were celebrating your 1 year. Congratulations, by the way. Robbie Cooper, it's 1 year today. 1 year, folks. Howdy, Martin. Where's Mike? He's in the extra channel. He's in the extra channel. They're getting ready for next week. Yeah, next week the extra channel is going to be running, and I'm going to be working behind the scenes. So anyway, hey Steve, Rick McGrath, how you doing? How you doing, Rick McGrath? You all right? Jolly good. All-time highs again today. We're just a little way off $120,000. Yep. There it goes. It's going up and up and up. Very exciting. Hey, Malk. There he is. Here I am. Here I am. Right. I've just put out a couple of videos that you might want to go and check out. There is some more coming out today, and we're going to talk about Intel in a moment. Intel risks today. I've just recorded, just put out 2 videos. It's a quiet day, isn't it, really? 2 videos? What do you mean 2? Only 2 videos? Yeah, just 2 videos today. The Trump trade. What can I say about this? The Trump trade. Should you invest in Donald Trump media, DJT stock? Absolutely not. Doesn't matter how much you love Donald Trump, how much you don't like Donald Trump, how much you love Harris, how much you don't like Harris. Look, we are just investors here. It's a really, really, really bad stock. Okay, look at DJT now. It's absolutely falling off a cliff, and there's nothing to stop it. Now, you might look at this and go, well, it's fantastic. What a great opportunity to buy it. Remember, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't make any money. It's just going down and down and down. 58% in the last 3 months. Look at that. Be very careful if you're buying this, if you think it's a great investment. I don't see it. It doesn't matter to me whether Donald Trump wins the election or not. This stock isn't going to make any money just because he wins the election. That's my belief. You can think differently, and that's fine, but just be very careful. Anyway, we're talking about Intel today. That's what the name of this video is. So I just wanted to share with you the Trump trade. Also, as well, if you're interested in Intel, deal or no deal. Is there going to be a deal on Intel? If you want to go and check out the news from this morning, share this, copy this, click that, do this, do that. Bloody hell, do this, do that. Intel, deal or no deal. There's the video. I'll pin it to the top. No, I won't pin it to the top. I've got something else we're going to do in a minute. But anyway, there's deal or no deal for Intel. Looks like there's not likely to be a deal now. It could be somewhere else, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And the risks associated with it. Anyway, we've got a little bit of, what's coming in here? Little bit of a talk of the tape. Let's have a quick look.
It's a hard landing. I just don't think you land. I just think you get tired, and the economy's a bit tired in a bunch of spaces, but I'm not worried about the economy.
So
I worry about other things, policy shift, geopolitical, but economy I think is pretty solid.
Have you been thinking differently about potential policy shifts based on what the polls have suggested over the last 6 weeks?
So a couple of things. I mean, you have to assume that the election is a dead heat, and we can debate how it shifts day to day. The divergence in policy is stark. So you talk about a corporate tax rate that could be 15%, could be 28%. You think about the implications of free cash flow. Deficits are a big deal in terms of how we run trade, tariffs. So what do you do with all that? Listen, I think the big thing is we run, per what I was describing earlier, you run a little bit less beta in your portfolio. You keep, equity volatility is, I still think, very cheap. You keep a lot of convexity, downside protection in the portfolio today. So we are, this is the time of year where the seasonals are not great, where the volatility is high. So we built a bunch of protection in the portfolio. And, with yields where they are, you can pay for it because you're clipping so much coupon today.
I mean, it's such an interesting time. Normally you would have a conversation about elections and policy, and the differences could be very stark in terms of what the outcome could be for markets. Higher taxes, whether it's personal or corporate rates. Obviously, you'd say, well, that's not going to be
saying
great
very much.
for markets. The other side is
passing time, so we're not going to waste time just listening to that. Bit of a chit chat going on. That's what have we got here? Frederick, Intel, sad company down 45% since I bought it. Nvidia just refuses to move of that 110, 120 range after a whole week. So God made a farmer. Why worry? That's a good thing. The markets are being volatile, but Nvidia is staying where it is. I think that's a good thing. Waiting for earnings. What is wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. It's very healthy. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, let's go and talk about Intel then, shall we? This is what you came for. So Intel, let me bring it up on the screen. We got another all-time highs again today. 119.5, just under now. Looking for that 120,000 now. It's my next target. I'd like to be there within a week. Then we're on target for the $1 million in 6 years. The Qualcomm-Intel deal will most likely not happen. That's correct. Florida, you were right. Expected a little jump with FOMO, I guess. Not at these prices, no. Until we've seen what Blackwell is going to do. We know what it's going to do, but people want to see the numbers now. So that's what it's all about. INTC. Let's do the why you're all here today. Intel. Okay. Intel. So Intel, let's go back to this one here. Right. Intel. Intel, the risks and opportunities. We've got Qualcomm flying around, Taiwan Semiconductors flying around. We've got the vultures all around Intel. Is it a good opportunity for Intel, or is it a better opportunity for the companies who could potentially acquire it? Well, we've been talking about Intel now for a couple of days, but we're going to dive a bit more into it right now. So Intel, if we just pan out and get some perspective, today it's back up again. The week it's up 11% because of rumors of a takeover. We've heard of several companies that could be interested in this. Qualcomm was the first one that gave a swing of 10%. That's now less likely to happen. However, that's coming from certain institutions who perhaps have an incentive to say it's not going to happen. Remember all this, it's a game. It's a game of mystery, snakes and ladders, smoke and mirrors. It's what it's all about. We've got to get through all of that and read the numbers. So we can see over the week, we're up 11%, which is had a good week, right? Over the month, we're up 10.64. Over the 3 months, however, we're down 27%. Let's go back to the day and look at this a minute and see what's going on. I've got some numbers for you, some latest news for you. We did cover it this morning, so if you want the information I brought out this morning, I had an interview. We had an interview on CNBC, which we shared. You might want to go and look at that. But I've just got some news out just a few minutes ago. This is pretty new. It's only been out a very short while. In fact, it's been out a couple of hours now. I beg your pardon. But I don't think many of you have seen this yet. If you've not got access to Seeking Alpha, you won't be able to. So here's my link for Seeking Alpha. It's also below in the description of this video as well, so you can get that. But with my link, you can get a free trial, a $25 off. Without that link, you can't get a discount and you can't get a free trial. So you might as well go and try it with your free trial. That's why it's called a try it with a free trial. Make sense? Of course it does. Right, smash the like button and click subscribe, ring the bell. We're also going to look at some numbers as well. Why I'd be cautious with Intel. Let's have a look at this, right? This is just the news just out. Taiwan Semiconductor has potential opportunities and risks amid Qualcomm-Intel scenarios. A lot of noise going on. Let's take a little look. We've got Taiwan Semiconductors now maybe having a bit of a go at this one. Shall we have a quick look? And while we're doing that, we'll just bring this out of the way. I don't need that up there. That's my little secret window. You can't really see that, can you? But I can see it. It's my secret window. It gives me information behind the scenes. Oh, yeah, stealth. Right, Bank of America Securities said, and remember, whenever you get anything from the banks, I take it with a pinch of salt. I don't really take any of that with a pin, because these are the people that are investing in it. These are the people that the institutions behind it. They're not your friend. They're not your mates. The Bank of America certainly is not your friend. All right, let's get that absolutely straight. Bank of America Securities said Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, TSM, faces both potential opportunity and risks with the ongoing developments involving Qualcomm and Intel. Okay, let's repeat that. So, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing faces both potential opportunity and risk with the ongoing developments involving Qualcomm and Intel. However, in the last few hours, we've seen that the involvement of Qualcomm is getting cooler by the minute. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. However, a lot of it's coming from institutions and banks. You make of that as you will. I wouldn't base my financial decisions on what the bank is saying about it. Anyway, reportedly, Apollo Global Management has offered to invest up to $5 billion. Now, this is more likely. The Apollo deal is more likely than the Qualcomm deal. We covered that on this morning's show. You might want to go and check that out and have a little look why I say that. But that one is probably more likely to go through, a much, much smaller deal. Anyway, go and check that out. The potential deal, reportedly, Apollo Management has offered to invest up to $5 billion in troubled chipmaker Intel. The potential deal comes on the heels of Qualcomm reportedly approaching Intel recently about taking over the company. Now, we're going to show you the numbers in a minute. It's in Qualcomm's interest and it's in Apollo's interest and the banks to play around like vultures around a decaying carcass. I don't think Intel is going to do well out of this at all, but but it does mean that the other companies can acquire something, but they want to drive it down first. They want to get it for nothing, right? This is what the sort of stuff that Warren Buffett does all the time. Get a company with potential that's in trouble that can come back stronger with the new money and the new management. Let it virtually fail and go all the way down before anyone picks it up. Anyway, so there could be a lot more of this, so be careful of Intel. It could drop a lot yet before it goes up, if it goes up. Analysts led by Brad Lin said the Qualcomm is one of the TSM's top 5 clients, contribute in mid to high single-digit percentage of revenue. Intel currently outsources about 30% wafer portion of TCM, contributing low to mid-single-digit revenue to TCM. This is Taiwan Semiconductors, of course. We plan to reduce the portion to 20%. Now, we're going to cover the numbers in a minute of Intel and see how healthy the business is, so stand by for that. If Intel's Intel Foundry Services, or IFS, receives enough support due to the deal and executes on product development, this could slow the outsourcing pace to TSM. A vital factor to watch will be how Qualcomm uses IFS if it opts to dispose it or integrate it with its operations. However, if Qualcomm chooses disposal, Intel may accelerate outsourcing and benefit TSM, according to the analysis. So, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, as an investor, there's too much guessing going on here. It all comes down to who gets what and all the rest of it. There's too many moving parts. As an investor, I'm looking for all this to settle down. I don't speculate. I don't ever lose money. I don't gamble. I'm waiting to buy a great business that I know is going to go up, and I would rather miss out on a pump than jump too early. There's too much noise around this at the moment. We've got to cut through the noise. Taiwan-based semiconductor company MediaTek could potentially benefit from the potential deal due to execution risks usually linked with foundries like Lin and his team. Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 with Samsung Foundry was a classic example, which faced significant performance challenges, which led to MediaTek with TSM gaining market share in the high-end smartphone system on chip or SoC segment, the analyst said. The analyst noted that TSM's technology leadership and superior execution could continue to provide MediaTek with competitive edge in chip performance. If dynamics shift post-deal, MediaTek could further boost its industry position, benefiting from TSM's excellence in foundry services. In addition, Lin and his team said Qualcomm has been a major client for TSM, mainly at its leading-edge nodes. The potential acquisition of Intel may enable Qualcomm to expand into x86 and high-performance computing or HPC markets. However, Qualcomm's existing relationship on a different ARM architecture with TSM and other foundries could complicate integration. Now, complicate is the word. This is the word that's being batted around. This deal, and the way I'm looking at it, and I remember I do speak to CEOs and I speak to some managers on Wall Street, through social media a lot. A lot of noise is being created here. A lot of confusion is being created here. A lot of people are saying the deal isn't going to happen with Qualcomm because it will take too long and the pure confusion over it. I think there's something going on behind the scenes here. I think confusion is being created on purpose. Lots of different players, all moving at once, all fighting and jostling for position. I would not use this as a buying strategy at all. I would sit this one out if I was you. Anyway, we're going to look at the numbers in a moment. In fact, we'll look at the numbers and then come back. No, we won't. We'll finish this. I'm watching CNBC right now. Some news sort of being talked over. If it's anything relevant, I'll come back to it. The potential deal also faces risks, including possible regulatory challenges that could delay or prevent. There you go. Delays of the acquisition. This is what it's all about. We don't know how long this could take. You could end up getting a deal and then find it takes a year or two to complete. I would not touch this with a barge pole. Along with Intel's weak financials, and we're going to cover that in a second, these factors introduce uncertainty into a broader semiconductor landscape, the analyst added. I would sit this out, folks. I would sit this out and just own NVIDIA and the S&P. I would let all of this, just own the S&P. You have all these companies and let the winner win and the losers lose, and you own it all anyway. I wouldn't worry about it. TSM has a strong buy rating at Seeking Alpha's quant rating. It does. TSM is a good buy, which consistently beats the market. Yes, it does. I like TSM. Meanwhile, the Seeking Alpha's author's average rating is a buy. But remember, and this is important, Seeking Alpha, I'm an analyst for Seeking Alpha. Anyone can be an analyst for Seeking Alpha as long as they've got, some information to provide, an opinion, and they've got a media outlet. I'm an analyst for Seeking Alpha. Does that mean I'm right? No, absolutely not. But anyway, let's go and look now at the numbers. I think this is important, right? If you're thinking of getting in this stock, we did touch on it yesterday, but here's some more updated information since then I want to share with you. So, and I've also got some more information on Intel. I'll come back to that in a second. We have got a valuation here which we can rely on. 31.85, so potentially it is undervalued in the base case. Worst case, it's right on the button now, undervalued by 1%. We're right where it is now. Worst case scenario, okay, you can buy it. Worst case scenario. Base case, what about best case? 46%. Are we in a best case for Intel? I wouldn't say so. With all this going on, I would say we might be in a base case, somewhere between base and worst. Well, if we go that's flat and that's 29 and we call that 15, well, you get 13% on the S&P. I would just own the S&P into TSM. I would own NVIDIA, and I'd leave away from this. I would not want to play around with this. Get greedy. You get yourself burned here. But this is what they're all fighting over. They're fighting over, I'm going to show you in a minute, the revenue. I'm going to show you the balance sheet in a minute because the stock is weakened. They're fighting over that. The revenue is down, and there's no real potential for the revenue to increase. Now, of course, if it gets taken over and funds and everything improves and so on and so forth, yeah, and then maybe the company can improve. But operating income, net income, it's all down dramatically. But this is what I want to show you. We covered on this yesterday. 206 billion in assets, 29 billion in cash. That's okay. Good percentage of cash with assets. But this is where it all goes wrong. This company should not have this amount of debt. 91 billion of liabilities. 48, I beg your pardon. 48 is long-term debt. Now, if we look at that, that's 53% of its liabilities is debt. That is excessive by anyone's imagination. But if we break it down, 48 billion, if we look at the assets, we've got cash, we've got 30 billion. So, we've got about 18 billion short from paying our debts off if we wanted to do that. Now, you might argue interest rates are going down. They are going down, but it's even with the 0.5%, we're going to get maybe another 0.5% maybe next month. That would be great. That will help them, but still, it's got a long way to go before it really kicks in. It's not going to be felt instantly. Gross margin falling. We used to be around 61%, 62, 63, down. Operating margin, well, that's gone through the roof. Sorry, gone through the floor. Net margin, same thing. FCF margin down. ROCE 0. ROIC 22%. That's shot up. ROA, and by the way, if you're not sure what that is, that's return on invested capital. Tells you how good a company is at turning its investment money into profits. This is the cash it uses to reinvest. But then we can all do that. Take the business, we can reinvest it and make money. Well, I've made more than that this year. I made a lot more than that this year on my invested cash. I think I'm about 30% or something like that this year. So yeah, that's no big shakes. Anyone who's got cash who can't make money this year shouldn't be running a business. So let's be absolutely clear. It's not hard to make money on your cash this year. I've beaten that. That's no big deal. ROE 1%. ROA 1%. Look at this though, profitability score 46%. A software, chip company shouldn't be 46%. They should be in the 80s, 90s. 46%. They're just not making the money. This is why we've got this potential. This is called your moat, your margins. Your margin is a safety net around the camp, around the castle. All right, in English terms, around the castle. And your moat is your margins. And the wider your moat, the more profit you make, the more you can live through depressing times, okay? Because you can reduce your prices and still make money. You can crush the competition. When you're not making any money and your profits are reduced, and they are reduced, then you've got no moat. And that's when big companies move in and buy you. So note that. Note that for the moat, all right? When you see profitability scores going down for which once was great businesses, Intel was once a great business, right? When you see those businesses that once were great go down below the 50 when they used to be at the 80s and 90s, know there's a potential takeover bid. People will swarm around like vultures and snap you up. But the solvency score was 43%. So you've got to be careful. You end up just buying a load of debt, right? What's the point? Because remember, whoever takes them over acquires the good stuff and the bad stuff, right? We've got a 24% downside, worst case scenario, 21% average upside. Again, I would say it isn't worth the noise. It isn't worth the risk. I would rather consistently make 13% like I do, never lose money. In fact, more than that. I make a lot more than that because I buy the macro dips. I can make 20, 30% a year at the moment. So, I can make more than that with only the S&P. Why would I want to risk this when it's going for all of this? If you consistently make profits and never lose money, I don't care what you say, you're going to outperform anybody else who said, I made 100% on this, and so on and so forth, and then the next one, they lost all their money. If you consistently make money and never lose money, that's what I do, you're always going to win. Always going to win. Down the line, you're going to win from those that make 100% one day and then lose it all the next day. 172%. Now, these figures, I don't know where we get this from. I've got to be honest. This is all the deals go through. It's great. There's just too much unknowns. Too much unknowns. So I wouldn't take that. I would take this and then I just go, well, I can make 13 anyway. So there you go. I wouldn't buy it right now. I wouldn't buy it. The short interest, in case you're wondering, is only 2%, which means people don't think it's going to keep going down. They just think it's going to stay where it is. If they thought it was going to go down to 10 cents, some ridiculous number like that, the shorters would be piling in, betting on the price going down. They're not. There's no short interest. So you're not going to get a short squeeze. Short interest, like I said before, I never short stocks, and I don't even think it's a good idea. I don't think it's very smart. It's not a way to build your portfolio, in my opinion. It's just gambling. But, there's no real pressure there from a short interest. It's just not worth anything. It's just going down. Anyway, we have seen this. We've seen a bit of buying. But before you get excited, I covered this the other day on the video. And essentially, these are very small at 250,000. I mean, my portfolio is half of that, and this is insiders buying Intel. This is just regular monthly or whatever, regular tax payments or tax incentives, automated buy-ins. There's nothing there. There's no insiders buying. There's no insiders selling. There's no trading going on. This is just automated, nothing to be concerned about. So don't worry about that. What we've got something here. I don't know how relevant this is. Odds of it. No, that was yesterday. We've covered yesterday's news, so I'm not going to go there. I don't see much point. But Intel, as I speak about it, is going down again. It's starting to fall back again. Be careful. This could suddenly sell off the moment we get a deal that nobody wants it. And that could happen just to drive it down, even though they do want it. Somebody might want this, but the rumors go out. Remember what happened with Fisker? Remember that? A rumor goes out saying something like, Intel aren't going to be rescued. There's no help. That no one's interested. And boom, the price goes down under $10, like $9 is my guess. And then all of a sudden there is a deal. There is a deal on the table, and suddenly it gets bought out. So I'm just saying, be very careful. That could suddenly happen. So anyway, that's Intel. That's our update with Intel. Do you agree? Whatever. But let me show you one final thing over here using Seeking Alpha analysis formula. It's a hold. No one's buying, no one's selling, just a hold. Sit this out. I think that's wise. If you're in the stock, you just hold it. You're not selling it. You're not buying it. You're just sitting doing nothing. I would say that is wise until the end of the year, and perhaps it could be dumped then because of tax harvesting or whatever. But I would say it's just a hold. Look at the valuations. We've gone from D plus to C minus, back down to D, and back down to F. Profitability A plus, A plus, A plus. I mean, I don't think that's really A plus to me. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think I think A plus 46% was it? I don't think that's A plus. Momentum D minus, revisions D minus. Not a great deal to talk about there. I gotta say I don't agree with their profitability. How do they come to that conclusion? Anyway, let me just bring that back to there. So what do you think? Do you think that Intel is worth a buy? So I'd like your thoughts. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I'll put the Intel playlist. I've done a few now on Intel. We are watching this very closely over here. And down here, my new video. I'm doing a psychology series of investing. Now, is cash king? Cash or not to cash? That's the question. Down here, it comes out tonight, right after the closing bell. It's a brand new video. No one's seen it yet, including me. I've not seen it yet either. All right, so join me for that after hours tonight. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Right, DJT stock. We just were talking about that earlier as well. That's continuing to absolutely fall off a cliff. Nothing left here at all. I'm sure it will go back to 30 at least, says RW. Oh, let me start at the top. I've missed a few here. Let's have a look. Intel, sad company, down 45% since I bought it. Nvidia just refuses to move. Not concerned about that. The Qualcomm-Intel deal will most likely not happen. I agree with that. Hi everyone, DJ Hayes. Hey Matt, Intel is definitely a good investment, and especially if you bought at 19 like me. Okay, good luck to you, RW. I don't like all this swarming around over a stock. I wouldn't want to be in it right now. I wouldn't be buying it if I, was looking to buy a single stock. I wouldn't be buying it now. But you've got to do what's right for you, how you see it, obviously. Intel is just a shell compared to its former self. Could be taken over by Broadcom. Sounds like a Broadcom move, or we were talking about Qualcomm earlier. I got put Intel at 38. I have been bag holding for the past few months. Bitcoin is also doing well. Bitcoin is doing well. How the hell do you say? How do you work that out? I sold it at 70. How's Bitcoin doing? How's Bitcoin doing well? What's good about that? Oh, because it's up this week. Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's doing well. I mean, it's just gone back to where it was. It's a good trading asset at the moment. It just goes up and down like a yo-yo. I don't like, that's not for me. I like consistently growing, consistently making profits in one direction and one direction only, picking up macro dips. This is my portfolio at 92,000 now. I got paid today on YouTube, as you all know. Brought my margin down, and my balance now is 119,000. I told you I'd probably get to 120,000 today. There you go. It's 119,585. So we're moving in that direction. Hang on a minute. What's my source there? Hang on. I knew something was wrong. iPhone. I should have this part. I knew there was something wrong. There you go. There you go. I bloody knew it. Right. Who was it earlier who was asking me about their valve amp? I've got my phone working now. Who was it who was asking about the valve amp? If you remind me, I've got my phone working now. I can show you around the studio. Who was it who asked me about that? Anyway, let's carry on. Bitcoin is also doing well. I just think it's going back to where it was. RW and AJ. Hi, guys. Stephen. Hey, Martyn. What are your thoughts on restaurant and entertainment stocks? Do you have a future? Do you have a favorite? Restaurant and entertainment. I'd never buy restaurant and entertainment stocks. Very hard for restaurants, and I know I've worked in entertainment all my life, and I've worked in restaurants within entertainment all my life. Very, very hard for restaurants to make money. There's only one, if I was buying, that'd be McDonald's. McDonald's is not even a restaurant. McDonald's is land. Land. That's why my favorite stock is a Texas Pacific Land. Best stock you can buy. So McDonald's, absolutely. Individually, no, I wouldn't buy it. Of course, I own it in the S&P, but I wouldn't be going out buying any individual stock like that. Not for me. Too risky. Too risky. Can be nothing proprietary about it. Nothing unique. McDonald's is unique. It is proprietary. Has something very, 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 very different about it. So anyway. Let's have a look. NVIDIA will buy Intel. There's no evidence to support that, Leo. There's no evidence to support that at all. If there was, I would have said it. Good evening, Lucas A. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, James007. Subscribe to Martyn's channel. Thank you so, so much. Indeed, mate. Appreciate that. There's the link in the chat. Yeah, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers so we can raise millions of dollars for charity. There you go. Good afternoon, all. Hi, James. How are you doing? Hi, Stephen. Good evening, buddy. Good evening, everybody. Okay, let's go through. Deal or no deal? Market cap, 95 billion. Revenue, 54. Dividend, 2.2%. Deal or no deal? Everything is just in the floor. Good work, Steve. I'm actually drinking a coffee latte for a change. Ooh, hello. What's going on there? All right, 19 for Intel was a very good price to buy. Then you guys should have bought instead of looking at Intel now. I agree with that, but we don't know what pain's going to come down the line, do we? That's the trouble now. I wouldn't be hanging around. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Martyn, I've been away for a couple of days and I'm back with another question. Why is there different spreads of the same ETF? QDVE and IUIT, hang on, traded in different stock markets, Germany and the UK. I don't know the answer to that. I could try and find out. I'm back. Look at why is there different spreads of the same ETF traded in different stock markets, Germany and the UK. I don't have any experience of that. I don't know. Let me think about that because be interesting to, yeah. It'd be interesting. I'd like to consult with Sensei on that. I've got my UK Robinhood. I don't know if that's going to be different. I'd like to have. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know. I'd like to give it some thought. Sorry, I don't have an answer for you. I'm sure it will go back to $30 at least. How long you hold Intel for? I bought some sometime in August, 5 to 10 years ago. Okay, Katia, how are you? Lovely to see you here. The government would never let an American chip company fail. 18 years. I respect the conviction. McDonald's, my favorite stock, real estate company. So much value. Yeah, you can never overpay for land. I use that expression a lot. Why would NVIDIA buy Intel? Yeah, there's no evidence to support that. Someone's just a fan of Intel. I'm not a fan, a fan of NVIDIA. Remember, I'm not a fan of anyone. I'm a fan of you guys, but I'm not a fan of any stock. Stock doesn't know you own it, so don't be a fan of anything. Don't just say it because you think, well, Intel, NVIDIA have got loads of money, so they'll just buy it. And it doesn't make any, there's no real evidence to support that. So that's not just going to say that just because of the sake of it. There's no evidence for it. Anyway, major catastrophe here. Major losses here being felt with DJT. We are absolutely in the toilet. DJT. I'm going to give some more information here. I did this earlier, but I've just got a few minutes to go before the show ends. We've got a big premiere tonight. Part of the Psychology of Investing, big premiere coming up in a minute. Hopefully you'll all join me for the premiere. We'll all watch it together live. So let's have a look here. This is not good at all. Trump media, here we go. I want to just talk about this. DJT, that this is a telling sign. We covered this earlier, and I told everyone, do not buy this. Let's have a look here. Digital world. That's interesting. Trump media. Does it different over here? No. DJT. Okay. Right. Oosh. Whoa. Wow. Wow. You're going to see something now. Ooh. Is that reliable? Oof, ooh, hell. Okay. You want some scary numbers? Assets, 274. Liabilities, 64 million. What? Oh my God, look at that. No ass. Nothing. It just has a pile of money. Oh, okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, I got some further information on this. Now, you've got to be so careful here. Is NVIDIA going to move soon, or any news that will move? I doubt it until we get the Blackwell news and the earnings, but that's where investing comes in. Just have patience. One thing about SMCI, Martin, they haven't filled their... I haven't looked at it for a while. DJ is a stock to only buy one share and let it do its thing. Oh dear. I wouldn't buy one share. Someone said that to me today. That may have been you. Who was it who made a comment to one of my videos earlier saying it's okay, I've only got a bit of money in it? I'm sorry, I don't look at money like that. Every penny has to work for me. I'm not prepared to throw any money away. I'm not prepared to let money die and go, it's only a few bucks, let it die. No, because the few bucks bought my house, remember? Anyway, can everyone tap the like button, please? We want to try and get 100 likes on this video to share it out. If you could, just tap the like button. Most of you gone to sleep. You've forgotten about the like button. We've got 74 watching and 19 likes. If you could tap the like button, that'd be great. Right, look at this. All right, I'm going to scare you now. All right, look at this. How long have we got? We're coming up to the end of the show, so we're going to have to be quick. This will scare you. DJT, Trump Media Technology. Right, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. You got a major concern here. All right, okay. So, DJT, and how long have I been going? 15 minutes? What's the time? Oh. Oh, 45 minutes. I was thinking that can't be right. Right, 45. Okay, here we go. To buy you a KFC. One thought, funny, I bought Intel at 19. Okay. Right, okay. Okay. DJT stock, Trump Media and Technology stock. This is going down the toilet so quickly. It reminds me now of GameStop. In fact, worse. Let's talk about it right now. I've been having some strange comments from people today. I've had somebody comment to me and say, just buy a few dollars worth of it. It doesn't really matter. You know, let it do its thing. No. I don't agree. You don't buy any stock and let it just lose money. I never lose money, and every penny counts. Remember how I bought my house from $1 tips. Don't let 1 cent not work for you. I think that's a bad attitude. If you think like that, you'll always have no money. Rich people never talk like that. They never say, let that money get lost. No, I'm the guy who picks a penny up off the ground. Look, CXD just said to me, DJT is a stock to only buy 1 share and let it do its thing. What's the point of that then? What's the point of that? That makes no sense. I've been telling you all day that Donald Trump stock is going to go down and down and down, and now it's getting worse, really worse. Be very, very careful. Remember, Donald Trump has gone bankrupt many times, at least 6 that I can mention off the top of my head. So just bear that in mind. This is not a popularity contest. No one cares whether you buy it. No one cares whether you own it. So just be very careful. Nobody wins an election by you buying a stock. This is just business. Do not buy a stock that looks like this. Are you ready for some numbers? This is all that matters when you buy a stock. Let me share with you these numbers. Whoosh. I told you there's no value here, but this is insane. This is the intrinsic valuation of DJT. 79 cents overvalued by 94%. Why? Because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't produce anything. And when I show you the balance sheet, you're going to fall over and see this for what it is. And be clear, I am not a Donald Trump supporter or a Kamala Harris supporter. I'm a green card holder. I am neutral. I'm an investor. I'm here to make money. I'm here to share facts for people to make money, and I make money consistently. If you don't believe me, this is my portfolio. I've just put another all-time high today. I don't lose money, never lose money. I'm now at $119,600. I started with $5,000. I never short stocks. I never do options. I just make money. Trump Media is a really, really, really bad stock. If you support Donald Trump, you want to help him out, buy a t-shirt, buy a hat. This doesn't help anybody out, all right? This just makes you bankrupt. Let me show why. Every business, no matter what business you have, it must have a product or a service that returns a profit. If it doesn't, it's not a business. The very definition of business is it drives business. You put something in and something more comes out the other end. What is this? Well, we've got a billionaire, Donald Trump, who's put together some cash. Let me share with you the revenue. There is no revenue. 4.9 revenue. 4.9, no revenue. Operating income, negative, none. Net income, down, none. Doesn't do anything. Investing cash flow, down. I mean, nothing. Doesn't do anything, right? But it gets worse. This is what you got to look at. That. Looks good? You think that looks good? What is it? Well, that's the cash it owns. 274 million. So basically, Donald Trump comes along and goes, well, I'm a billionaire. I'll put $274 million in the bank. Stick it anywhere you want. Just stick it in the company, a holding company. Stick it in DJT. Brilliant. We've got $274 million. Okay, now we've got the money. What are we going to invest in? What are we going to buy? What are we going to build? What's our factory? What's our product? What's our service? Nothing. Truth Social doesn't make any money. We'll just leave the cash there then. Okay, so basically we got the cash in the bank. Doing what? Now, if you think the 274 million is assets, no, it didn't. I saved that till last. 233 million of the 274 million is cash. It's just a bucket of money. Now, you can put your bucket of money in the S&P or your bucket of money in the bank earning 5%, and you can make 5% doing absolutely nothing. Remember, just because there's 233 million in this bucket doesn't mean you get more than your 5%, does it? In fact, you're going to get zero because it's going to zero. You can just put your cash in the bank and earn 5% by doing nothing. Or you can buy the S&P and earn 13% by doing nothing. This is just a pile of cash. That's all this business is. No services, no products, no business, just a pile of cash. Donald Trump's gone, there we go. Let me put that in the business and leave it there. What about the liabilities? 64 million in liabilities. That's it. It's got no ongoing expenses. It's not doing anything. Look, accounts payable, 1 million. It's paying nobody anything. It's servicing nothing. It's producing nothing. It's doing nothing. It's just $274 million in a bank, in a holding account, sitting there, doing nothing. That's what you own. You own basically Donald Trump's wallet. That's what you own. But you're not going to get it. He's not going to give it to you. He's just going to let it sit there. All right? If we go down here and look at the margins. Gross margin, 95%. It doesn't mean anything, right? Operating margin, net margin. Whoops. What happened there? I clicked the wrong button, right? Look, negative 2,000. I mean, 2,000%, 3,000%, 8,000%. Look at these numbers. What this tells you, what this means is there's no business, there's nothing. Zero. Look at this. This tells you everything. 22% profitability because there's no profit. There's no money being made anywhere. Zero. That's pretty much uninvested cash, earning cash for whoever owns the business, not you, Donald Trump. You can just take the cash off the top. There's no point. You could put the money yourself in the bank, couldn't you? So that's the profit. The profit is just high interest. Look at that. That proves what I just said. 81% solvency. What does that mean? That means all the money is sitting in cash with no debt, not doing anything. Just sat there. Well, if I opened a business up today with $10 and put $10 in my account and had no running costs, no bills, no expenses, no stock, no factory, no employees, nothing, $10 would just sit there. What would be my solvency score? 100%. Can't go bankrupt. You have $10, you spend zero, you have zero liabilities, zero expenses, zero ongoing recurring costs. $10 will live there forever. 100% solvency. That is all that is. You are buying cash sitting in Donald Trump's back pocket. That is basically what you are buying. 6% now, short interest. People are taking it all the way down. 6% short interest. Now, a lot of people said to me, those that just don't care about facts and numbers, they said to me, the reason why it's going down, it's not because everyone's selling it, it's because everyone's shorting it. Not true. Not true. If you are a Donald Trump supporter and you've bought the stock to support Donald Trump, don't do it. Buy a hat. Buy a MAGA hat. Buy a t-shirt. Buy a flag. Go to the rally. Send him a donation. That will help. This is not helping anyone because the reason why it's going down is not the short interest. It's only 6%. 6% is reasonable, but it's not that big a deal. It's not going to drive the stock down like this. It's going down not because of excessive short interest. We need over 20% for a short squeeze and excessive downward pressure. What we've got is no more or no less than the people telling you to buy it have sold it. In other words, come on, bro. Come on, bruv. Let's buy Donald Trump stock. I'm going to sell it now. Did anyone see me say that? No, no one saw me say that. No one saw that. Buy it, everybody. Sell. That's what we got. We've got people buying it and then dumping it. That's all there is. And then we've got some people shorting it as well. Add the whole thing up together and you have got one of the worst. Not the worst. The worst would be Mullen. At least with Truth Social, there's a platform you can go on, and there's actually customers using it. Doesn't make any money, neither does Mullen or FFIE or GameStop or anything else, but at least there is a platform. Now, the platform doesn't make any money. It's never going to make any money. Doesn't do anything. So be very, very careful. If you are buying this stock, be careful. It's probably going to go to zero. It's only worth 79 cents. It's not being sold down because of short interest. It's being sold down because of lack of interest and those who just are dumping it. The very people who go and say it's the best stock in the world are the same people who are dumping it. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I've got the whole playlist. Go and check that out. And down here, the Psychology of Investing Part 2, cash or not to cash. Cash is not king, and I prove it to you in my best ever video. I thought the first one was you said the first one was my best one. I think you're going to say this is even better. This proves cash is trash. And I prove it. And I think when you listen to my whole argument, you will go, I can see where you're going with that. Anyway, see if you agree with me. All right. So there you go. What do you make of all of that? Is that for you? You decide. Take care of yourselves and each other. Right. Let's bring that up to there. Back to tab. Please refresh. Donald Trump Media. We just want one of those open. We don't need two. It's going lower and lower. Taiwan Semiconductor. We'll keep our eye on that. Tesla highest level since July 22. That's nice. We're coming up to the bell. We got a premiere about to start. Let me just double check a couple of things. Yes. That's good. Nobody to upgrade on there. Okay. Live. That's good. Okay. So we're now about to go into where is it? There we go. I've just lost about 10 YouTube subscribers. That never happens other than when I talk bad about Donald Trump. I am not against Donald Trump. I'm just here for my investors. I've just looked at my subscriber list. It's gone down 10. Just like that. Boom. People do not want to hear the facts. They don't care about the facts. They just want, it's great. Well, I don't do that. I do that, that would be irresponsible. If you want to unsubscribe, just like when I did FFIE, people unsubscribed there as well. They went, no, you can't say that. I can. It's my channel. If you don't listen and don't believe me, it's absolutely fine. I don't mind what you want to do. If you want to go out and throw your money down the toilet, you are very, very welcome. It's no problem to me. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. All right? I just want to be clear about that. I'm not doing it. You do what you like. Okay, let's have a look here. Customization. It's incredible that people do that. 10 unsubscribers. They'll be back tomorrow. Oh, we just had the bell. That's why that did that. Let's ring the bell. Oh, we're not going to ring the bell tonight because the CNBC has crashed again. It keeps doing that. I've noticed it's not very reliable. Subscribers. What am I doing? I meant. There we go. This is what I meant to do. There you go. There. How long have I got? Oh, bloody hell, I've got 2 minutes. I better hurry up. Let me come back to there. Another all-time high again. 119.6. Would like to hit 120,000 tomorrow. Then we're on dead on target for 1 million in 6 years. Thank you very much indeed. Right, we're gonna go. Have I done this? I'm getting all confused now. I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Right, here it is. We have got cash is king. Okay, here we go. So cash is king. World premiere. Oh, MSK, how are you? Sorry I couldn't get back to you. I had lots of people to talk to last night. I couldn't take your call. Very rarely I can actually take calls on a weekend anyway. I know you've been able to get hold of me, but I don't always. Very rarely I can take calls on a weekend. I had meetings last night, so sorry about that. Send me a message. What is it you need help with? Pin message. Right, there we go. Cash is King world premiere in 2 minutes. We're about to go over to this world premiere. I hope you'll all join me to watch this. We're going to go live here to watch it together. The chat is open for everyone. There's live chat. If you go over here, let me just end that a minute. Bring that back to here. Right. This is the live chat. If you select live, all the members together can talk live. This is a world premiere, not been seen before. Cash is king. It's the part 2 of my investor strategy. I encourage you all to watch it. In this video, I will prove to you that cash is not king. I think if you watch it all the way through, by the end of it, leave me your comments below. I think you will agree with me that cash most certainly is not king. Absolutely. So I'd be interested to know what you think. I've got 3 minutes before it goes live. Let me just read these comments. Let's have a look. GameStop is really bad. Yeah, GameStop is rubbish. I wouldn't buy it. It's got too much influence from a guy called himself a cat. It's pretty stupid, isn't it? Really? I'm not well at all today. Oh dear. Get well, Crag. Get well, Crag. I'm sorry I haven't got time to do the whole get well thing. I just saw that. Get well, Crag. One of our members is not very well. Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. I'm sorry I haven't got time to go over all of that. Damn, Trump really let me just put my money out there and take others' money. Martyn, you are missing 2 major points. Cash in the bank, they are looking for a company to acquire. Possibly another major Trump. Not that amount of money isn't going to do anything, is it? That would be like Rumble. They'll end up with no money. It won't do anything. You can't. What are you going to do? Buy a platform for 240 million? That's ridiculous. Nonsense. Crag, be careful, mate. Rumble's losing money all the time. Funware's losing money. Donald Trump stocks losing. Don't think you're going to buy a social media platform and make it profitable for 240 million. That's crazy. Pump and dump, but I love Trump. Yeah, do what you like. Do what you like. I'm just trying to give financial information. I'm not here to promote a stock or promote Donald Trump or Harris or anybody. Phone booth video on it because the video ends up with Mike a discussion. Martyn, flipping out. We got you need to make a perforated phone box mix video where it starts with original discussion. I did. There was a short done on it. There was a short. Yes, there was. I've made the videos. There's loads of shorts. I haven't got time to show you now, but there is. If you go to my short list here on the home page, this premiere is about to start now. We're going to miss it if I'm not careful. Look. There you go. Phone booth. Holes just for laughs. There you go. There's a holes just for laughs. There's boring. There's drill. Short the market. Break it. There's all sorts of them. Look. Pair of gloves. We lost Superman. Lost him. Couldn't find Superman. All of these, look, have their own little videos now on the short page. Right at the top. Look for shorts. You'll find them all. They're right there. They're right there for all of you. I've already done it. Called you to tell you about the perforated phone. Oh, okay. I've already made it. It's already done. Get well, Crag. Get well soon, Crag. Yes. Get well, Crag. Okay. Would never do Trump media. I don't think it's a good business to own. Who you vote for is not, whatever you do. That's fine. But I'm just trying to advise and share information on that. Right. It's now time for our world premiere. Please do come and join me. Let me clear the decks. I'm going to watch it with you live. Please come and join me now. It's about to start. Should you hold cash? Is Cash, really king. Let me know your thoughts. I think by the end of it, you will agree it's absolutely not. So, everybody, how many people are watching me live right now? 63. Okay, let's go over to the premiere. As I end this, the link's in the top. I'll give it to you again. Click on that, or it will automatically take you there. And we are back in the morning. Our final week for a whole month. See you back in the morning. But for now, I'll say ta-ra to you. And go and watch the premiere. Join me live. I'll be in the chat with you. Watch it all the way through. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd love to know your thoughts. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.